So you want to use your own teenage to start to become a father? Why?
Daddy, she was the one asking for it.
Shut up your mouth!
My God.
You mean she was the one?
Yes, Mommy.
Even if she was the one, why didn't you resist her?
Juvenile exuberance. What brought about the whole marriage thing or the whole saga is as a result of uncurbed desire for sex.
Done. The children faced with friends who say things, who are burdened, who are bullied, who are, several things. So yes, the church is there, but we should do much more.
You see my pizza? Eh?
I'm not feeling too strong. Please, can you take me to the hospital?
Oh, get a car. As you can see, I'm late to work. I have to go to work. I will still have to drop in school.
Oh my God. Honey, where are you? For God's sake. Why did you just disappear for the past 3 days? You just left. No, for nothing.
They want to force you to get married. Like having a baby is synonymous to getting married.
People get into sex not really because they want to have a family, but because they want to satisfy their inordinate drive.
But there is no commitment to stay with each other. They don't love each other, but because there's a baby, that is still no reason to stay married. Marriage is not my mother's advice to help me save my face.
I was forced to marry her. It wasn't from my mind. I used to like her, but I was young then. I didn't know my right from my left, sir. Dear in school, I met a lady that is totally compatible with me. But I'm hooked up with Charity, whom I don't even love, and it's eating me up.
This is a husband, it's like on the guy, a husband to the girl, and that's wrong. That's wrong. It's a mindset, a fixed mental attitude that needs to be altered. Because people get into sex not really because they want to have a family, but because they want to satisfy their inordinate drive. They will just want to satisfy themselves. And sometimes when they go into sex, they're not thinking about responsibility, which parents start talking about later. All they just want to have is fun, right? Which scripturally is not okay. But then, when this occurs, it is very wrong for parents to conclude that that relationship must end in marriage, because they may not have had sex because they really love each other. Do you get me?
Yeah.
They may not have had sex because they want to get married. I talk to teenagers a lot, I counsel with them a lot, I get into their minds a lot, and I ask serious questions, and I found out that many a times, now there's this one that I'm still on at the moment, and she told me that she's not going to get married. She has a baby already. And she insisted that she's not going to get married to the guy because she had never loved the guy. That she was pressured into that relationship by her parents. Now, she's not married to him. But before the child came, because the guy was, taking care of them, buying things for them, the mother said, you have to. The mother that's supposed to stop her, encouraged her into the relationship. We're even sending her to the guy's house.
Wow.
It was in one of those occasions. She said she even struggled with the guy. And the day the guy had sex with him, that it was a struggle, not as if she willingly offered herself.
Wow.
But today she has a baby. But she insisted that she's not going to marry this guy because she never loved him. She had never loved the guy.
She was even lucky. She was strong enough. Some people don't even have the chance to insist on whether or not you get to marry him.
So that's an issue. So we have to start correcting our mindset, our mentality. There has to be a room for counseling. Look at the future of the girl. Look at the future of the guy. They have a future. Their opinions matter. What they want matters. You shouldn't just impose what you want because you are their parents. It's wrong. And that's the reason for the high increase, the high rate of divorce, because eventually when they grow up, because children, because they're children, they see things that with their juvenile kind of orientation, they see things that they don't really like, but they think that's the best for them at that age. But as they grow up, as their mind progresses, they start getting to know what they really want for themselves. Right? There's any things you and viewers watching me now must have changed. There are a lot of things you used to like in those days. But as you grow up, you discover that those things are not good enough for you. So also is relationship. You may meet a guy as a teenager that you think, he's all in all. But later on, you will discover another person that is by far better than that person.
Someone was saying in the movie that nobody gets married to the person they love when they're 16 years old.
You see that? So we should be able to caution, be able to guard, be able to guide these children when they fall.
Okay.
When they fall, when they make mistakes, because juveniles and teenagers, they are prone to a lot of errors and mistakes, especially at that age of their life. So we need, like I said initially, we need mentors, people who will guide these people, who would educate, who will inform, who will train, who will teach them the way to go.
Okay. Pastor Cheng, you have something to add upon that?
Yeah, I was also going to say, before we castigate the parents, every decision or everything we do, there's always a reason. People will give you the good reasons why they should be joined together. Because culturally, they'll tell you that child cannot grow up. They get married so that you can provide the child with a safe home, safe environment to grow and everything. But in actual fact, it's not really a good reason, because that is not a good environment for the child to grow. It's better for the child to grow in the arms of maybe her grandparents, knowing love, care, and attention, discipline when is right, than to grow in the company of people who don't love, who don't know how to love, who can't show each other love, and so the child doesn't even understand what love is. So a child grows up and says, well, that is the family, or that is how we raise children who probably end up being woman beaters, or who end up being people who don't exactly
from one dysfunctional home to another.
So it's not right. I don't think it's right, like Pastor Kester said, to ask a child to marry another child just because they have brought a child to the world.
Okay, let's even leave children when they are not children, when they are youths, like full-blown 25-year-old, 20-year, people that 28-year-olds, people that are old enough to get married as well, but they don't love each other. I think around here, the norm is we are in a relationship and we're just going, and I get pregnant and I just move to your house. First baby's out, second baby's out, and we have 3 babies just like that. So how do we even
strangers?
No, but we also need to, I understand perfectly what you're saying, especially around here.
Yes.
We need to, our mindsets need to change. Now, mindsets on what? Look, marriage is a God-ordained project. It's not a rescue mission. Marriage is not the answer to some people's problems. If you were problematic before marriage, you will be more problematic in the marriage.
That's true.
So that two young, yes, they have finished school, they're graduates, they're married, then there's nothing standing in the way of the marriage. But there is no commitment to stay with each other. they don't love each other, but because there's a baby, that is still no reason to stay married. Marriage is not my mother's advice to help me save my face. Marriage is not a safe face phenomenon. Marriage is not a rescue mission. Marriage is a God-ordained project. So to marry, we cannot do the right things with the wrong reasons. I don't know about that, but I still think that whether they are in their needs or they are, marriageable, we still should not impose the idea of marriage on them.
Okay, so that means even all the young girls out there, and let's not forget the people that want to keep a man because they want to get pregnant so they can keep the man. That's also another issue. Like
that's another dysfunction.
They go out of it and they just want to have a baby so the guy can get married to them. And these are still part of it.
We're in a society that there are too many ills that we need to correct.
Okay, let's leave that. I think we've set balance on that. Now, mutual love. What's the place of mutual love in marriages? I know of our fathers, maybe, I don't know, some of your parents that got married and didn't know jack about the person they got married to, and they got married. I think it was last week on the vision session, we asked the question and one of our guests said getting married to his wife was the best thing. They were like 37 years gone now and they didn't know each other. He just really prayed and then somehow their ways got intertwined as well. And they're married 37 years, like that was just last week. So what is the place of mutual love? Because this guy is shouting love, 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 I don't love you, and they're in it for like 3 years now. So let's look at the coins and the other side of mutual love in marriages. What's the case there?
Mutual love. It's very, very important that we talk about that. A lot of people talk about compatibility. Like you get the guy said he has met a girl that he feels they're both compatible, that he thinks he was pressured into this relationship. Now, the place of mutual love is very, very important. But one of the things that sustains marriage or keeps a marriage going is the determination to make it work. Because there's no way you can have 100% compatibility.
Okay.
There's no way you can find somebody that you like everything about or you love totally. Love is something that grows with time. Love is something that as the relationship goes on, you begin to learn. Because some people say that, people say that marriage is a school that one never graduates from. You keep learning, it's a learning process. You keep seeing things about that person, even the ones you think you are compatible with, you will still see things in that person that you don't like. There's certain things, it's just the determination to make that marriage work. That's what keeps the marriage going. The determination to endure, the determination to understand. You have to be understanding. You have to go with the mentality that not everything about the person, your spouse now will please you. So you have to be able to understand, be able to bear the person's weaknesses, and be able to correct when correction needs to be made, and be able to also accept corrections when you correct it.
Okay.
And all these are standing on the foundation of the determination to making it work.
So love is not the foundation, as it were, so to speak?
No, see, love is all of these things are standing on love, right? But love is not something that is perfect on its own. We work on it. We grow in love. We continue to develop love.
Okay. So, Pastor Chung, in the place where there is no love in the first place, or when it's the case of one person loving the other, is it possible for all of these factors to work in? One Pastor Kesa was talking earlier, he talked about how people change, and as you change, you discover that things you liked before, you don't like it now. That means it's possible to even love someone, and you are married to the person, and then things that maybe tricked you or made you so wow about this person, and things that are really annoying. Is that a possibility?
Okay, I like to always start from foundation. Let's go back to what this whole love thing immediately is. I mean, if you go to 1 Corinthians 13, that's the hardest description of love you can find.
Yeah.
I must not lie to you. My husband, has grown over time, but there are things that he does that, make me. Does it mean that the love runs away at that time? And then when he does something nice, the love comes back? No. Love is a decision.
Yes.
Love is a decision to be patient, to suffer long, to bear, to be kind, not to be envy, go to love is. All the is in 1 Corinthians 13 shows you that it's an action word. So if one person's decision to love says, okay, I've decided to love you regardless, there are behaviors that you will show. I'm sure I surprise my husband sometimes, but I'm sure he has made a decision that I'm committed to this woman. It's an attitude. She'll work on it, but it doesn't mean I've stopped loving her. Now, it's important for two people to agree to do that, or else one person will suffer. And in the end, what is marriage when two people are when one person is suffering and another person is at the gaining end? Yeah. So I even think with one person's love, it still doesn't, one person's love is not enough, so to speak, to sustain a relationship. The commitment that says, oh, we are here, we will do this together. I know that there are days when I will annoy you, but we are here and we will do this together. That in itself is a commitment to love.
Okay, so now let's ask the question. Is it, sometimes I feel like for this issue especially, I feel like it's not the absence of love that is actually the issue, it's resentment. A certain resentment that's built up from over the fact that I didn't want to marry you, and now we're married. So how do you handle with resentment? I have a cousin that is in his late 20s. I think she should be the wife. Okay. She got pregnant when they were dating. They liked each other quite alright. And because they were dating, they were not forced, but it's not like they would have gotten married at that point if she didn't get pregnant. So it was like, okay, we're dating, we like each other, and the next thing to do right now is get married because you're pregnant. And they're married now, they have 2 kids, it's been years down the line. And there's I still love resentment between both of them. Sometimes he cheats on her because they don't think alike. They're totally like on a normal day. No, if you tell them, you say no, this book cannot get married. It's not possible. Like this one is on this side. This one is. They are doing. Their lives are just totally different. So and now it's a struggle. When I see they're married, I know it's a struggle. So do we say it's not? Is it a lack of love that's issued or built resentment?
Okay. I think that your relationship with men is a reflection of your relationship with God.
Okay.
If, for example, you're still very bitter about what somebody's done to you. The Bible talks about going to God in prayer and forgiving. So it means that you haven't quite come to a place in your walk with God where you have readily accepted God's love. Okay. Like you have seen that in your imperfections, God loves you. Because when you have accepted forgiveness and love, that's the only time you're able to give forgiveness and love. So it's possible to be in a marriage, but you just hate the person you're with. And you realize there's nobody who hates their partner who has a good walk with God. So like in this particular situation, the guy clearly resents the girl. But it's also a direct reflection of where he is with God. Because those kind of things will now bring out characters that are clearly not the fruits of the Spirit. Like maybe, preferring all that, staying out late, sleeping out, maybe even sleeping with other people and everything. So they may be Christians, they may go to church, they may even be from pastoral backgrounds. But your relationship, to intervene, I think we would have to, start to pray for them. Especially regards their relationship with God. Because that's the only way you can truly forgive a fellow person. Okay. That's what I think.
Okay. So back to God. Okay.
That's it.
So God is the back to God.
It's back to God.
And they do like practical steps. I think especially for the guy, because he's the one that is the principality and power in this marriage, as it were.
Characters that's repulsive to the man, and he's been complaining about it, and you don't want to change. You feel that's the way you are. You see, you are the problem.
The parents, like the father, should not make that decision for him. Nobody should, force him to love his wife. They can only help him see reasons. So, first of all, start to pray for him.
Welcome back. It's still Decisions, and we still have Pastor Shea on the couch and Pastor Kester. Okay, now we don't have so much time anymore, so we have to go straight to the point. What can she do? The lady, can she, first of all, is divorce an option?
No.
Ma, is divorce is this a strong enough ground for divorce?
I don't think so.
I don't know if I agree with you, but okay. If divorce is not an option, what can they do? Like practical steps. I think, especially for the guy, because he's the one that is the principality and power in this marriage, as it were.
Okay, the first thing you should realize is that this world we're living is spiritual, more spiritual than natural.
Okay.
It's very possible that this resentment is coming from demons that are after his destiny and want to destroy his marriage and destroy his life. The first thing to do is to go spiritual, do warfare. Why is it that you loved this girl some time back? What are those things you saw in her that made you to love her? And you were in a relationship with her. Then, even though then you were young. Then what are those things you see? Are the things gone out of her now? Why is it that you don't like anything about that same person again? That could be coming from your spirit. And so you need to check your mind. The Bible says, her heart. From the heart proceeds the issues of life. So check your heart. What's happening to my heart? If it's demonic, then if you can't handle it yourself, meet your pastor or meet somebody that can help you to pray, that can pray for you. Then secondly, begin to look at certain things that you can do to make the marriage work. There are a lot of things. Just start appreciating that woman again. Start appreciating her. Buy her gifts. And for the lady, what are those things he often complains about? Maybe you have a dirty attitude. Because that's one thing that's deters men a lot. You have a dirty attitude, you have some characters that's repulsive to the man, and he's been complaining about it, and you don't want to change. You feel that's the way you are. You see, you are the problem, right? In some marriages, some people are the weapon fashioned against themselves. They are the weapon. So if they have to solve certain issues, you have to look into yourself and look at certain things that you need to change, adjust. You are adjustable. You can adjust. You can make adjustments. You can change certain things, and when you do that, you will see changes and.
Okay, what about you, Pastor Shem?
Okay, I don't think when you don't like somebody, the smallest thing they do will irritate you.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that, I also think that, okay, I think the parents, like the father, should not make that decision for him. Nobody should, force him to love his wife. They can only help him see reasons. So, first of all, start to pray for him because there's something fundamentally wrong in his walk with God. Second of all, maybe get a counselor, not necessarily a pastor that he's known with the family, a neutral body, somebody he believes he can confide in about marriage. The people who were married not on the basis of love, but on the basis of contracts, but they're doing very well. Marriage is a commitment. We're committed to making this work, so we will make this work. So pray for especially the guy. He needs to be prayed for. Because like I said, when you accept God's forgiveness, you can give forgiveness. Yeah. When you accept that God accepted you, you will not be resentful towards another person.
Okay, thank you. Before we go, thank you very much. You've actually helped in addressing the issue. Before we go, there's something we always, to make our viewers learn more when making decisions. What is the best decision you've made in your life so far, and how has it affected you?
The best decision I've made?
After Jesus. After Jesus. No.
I can't wait to answer that.
Or maybe the worst decision. And if you tell me your wife, no, don't tell me your wife. Best worst decision whatsoever.
The best decision I've made is to obey God and to follow the path that He wanted me to follow as to be a minister of the gospel. It's such a privilege to be able to impact and affect lives and reach out to people.
Was it difficult making that decision?
It wasn't difficult for me. It wasn't a difficult decision.
How old though?
I gave my life to Christ at a very early age.
Okay.
I've always been in church for all these many years, and so I've always desired to serve God and to walk with Him. Okay,
so when did you make that decision? At that age too?
Yes. Wow. I started ministering right from when I was in primary school, down to secondary school.
I will just move on now.
I'll tell you my best and my worst.
Okay.
I'll tell you my best is Christ, and I'll tell you why. Not because everybody says Jesus Christ, but because I met Jesus officially in 100 level. I didn't think I could write exams on my own without cheating. I thought that I had to beg people to love me. But 100 level and my walk with God, it transformed me to a place of confidence. It brought me to a good place, mentally, spiritually. I saw myself in a better light. I'm telling you. Then my worst decision was to date one boy in 300. My GP dropped from.
Oh my God!
He went from a first class to a. I can't remember what he went to, but.
I think when we have to, after when the cameras go off, are you hearing this story? This is a story for the studio.
But I mean, Jesus still overrides it all.
Oh,
so.
And you were really, like, your walk with God was good when you made that decision to go with him?
To go with Christ?
Yeah, no, to be with the young man.
I mean, it was cool. It was I had work with God, but then, you know, when boys start entering the picture, you start putting Jesus on one side, boys on one side.
My God. It's been nice having both of you together. I think we would look forward to pairing both of you again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for for addressing the issues. If you need to talk to them, their social media handles, I think it's been showing all this while. I'm sure it's still showing right now. Reach them, reach me, reach decisions, and let's just join the conversation. Let's know what you think. Thank you for watching. See you. We'll see you again next time. I'm Rachel B again. Bye.
Sky.